I guess I have to press the go live button on my other platforms. This morning I woke up with depression snuggling me. I had to push her off to get out of bed. And she's still laying in there hollering for me to come bring her things and snuggle her and whatnot. But we're just telling her we love you. Teaching class, I'll be back in a minute. When we weave play into the more serious moments, especially the most serious moments, no, it does not belong to me. It does not. You do not belong to me. Depression wants us to take her very seriously. Very seriously. Do you guys hear the dogging that is happening? Good day, Mullet Cookie. I am just getting the rest of the text set up, talking about how serious Miss Depression is this morning and how serious she would like me to take her and how not serious I am taking her. Hey, Scott. Good morning. Scott, while you're in there on Instagram, can you tell me, is the camera angle that I am seeing correct? Because it looks really limited, and I'm sorry if that's the case. I don't mean for it to be. Okay, it looks like we have YouTube, Instagram. You guys. Hey, Nikki. It's true. It's true. Hey, Nikki, and hey, Nikki. All right. Kick, Twitch, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. And good morning, Discord. I really need somebody to help me figure out how to stream it in the Discord. I would really love to just stream classes directly there, and then we don't have to deal with any of this hullabaloo. But I know. You guys like me in the familiar places. So here we are. Are you ready? Are you ready for a meditation this morning? It's just, I would say it's just a 5 minutes one, but that's not true. I'd be lying to you if I told you I was only going to keep you for a 5-minute meditation. It's going to be more like 10, maybe 15, because I got a really juicy one this morning, a really good one to go with our Shakti Mudra. My hair is very long, but it's also very thin, because I only have this one little mullet in the back. The dogs have other ideas. So, it'll be a perfect example of how, if we wait for perfect silence, if we wait for the perfect moment to meditate, the reality is that perfect moment rarely shows up. And when we really need meditation is usually the not perfect moments. No, this is not a Discord, MJ. I love you, sis. No, the Discord is a separate platform. I will help you get over there. I saw your comment that you just saw the thing. I figured TikTok would hide it. He's bitey feisty. They're very feisty right now. But that's the beauty. Probably why we're friends. That's the beauty. Because I tried for years to meditate in that perfect way. I tried for years to find the right spot, to find the right position, the right pillow, the right mantra, the right moment of silence. And it was in seeking perfection that I led myself away from the process. And the process is the most important part, because you're not guaranteed any outcome. You're not guaranteed cool visuals, right? Psychedelic visuals on every meditation. You're not guaranteed complete mental silence on every meditation. You're not guaranteed total healing and transformation on every meditation. Boys, do not fight in my face. That's rude. Or in my lap. So what the hell is meditation for then? What's the point? What's the point? If I'm not getting anything out of it, what's the point? What you get out of it is the opportunity. The opportunity to show up for yourself. The top opportunity to meet yourself, honoring, like really where you're at. The opportunity to love yourself on a deeper level than just passing by the mirror and going, love you, boo. But I mean, getting down into the parts of self who aren't you always listening. The parts of self who are telling you in the background, no, you're not. You're worthless. You're not even as cute as you think you are. You are so not hot shit. We all have those layers of self. And unless we create the space and give them our attention, then we won't build a relationship. Then we won't hear them. And they will oftentimes end up screaming and banging on the walls inside to get out and causing all kinds of chaos because they're needing to be expressed. Remember, before we get into meditation, I want you to remember this piece. Boys. Every thought, sensation, worry, fear, movement, physical movement, energetic movement, anything that goes on during meditation is a lot like a fart. It's a lot like a belch. It's something to be released. Is there a message in there for you? Yeah. Yeah, it can tell you a little bit about what you ate. It can tell you a little bit about how well or not something has settled. That was so close to biting me. That's a good dog. He just put full teeth on my arm and didn't bite me. They need your snuggles right now, MJ. You need to start waking up earlier. You know, I wanted to wake up earlier too, and I fought with myself all year long last year to wake up earlier, and eventually ended up instead spending better time with myself instead of knocking myself out or going to sleep when I'm ready to be passed out. I give myself a little extra time before going to bed, and I only found that through trying to do the one thing and then trying something else and realizing that something else was actually more suited to what I needed. So, yes, explore, but also don't get yourself pigeonholed thinking that the only way that don't hang your happiness, don't hang your wellness on a singular thing. I'm going to hang my wellness on getting up early, and I'm pretty sure that's the first thing, and if I do that, then everything else will flow, or it'll make it, or whatever our thing is. We often do this. We say, if and when this happens, then these other things will be available, and it puts us in a position of, without that, now I can't have that thing. If this doesn't happen, then it won't happen for me. Same thing if we say, I won't be happy until I have my own home. I won't be happy until I have the right partner, right? You know, and I'm not trying to dismiss either, but I'm just offering the expansion as well. They're typically nocturnal. I'm nocturnal as well, which is why I was like, yeah, I was trying to make myself get up really early, and now I have to because my son wants to go public school. But it's not pleasant for me to do. Okay. What's our mudra for the week? You guys remember our mudra for the week? Our mudra for the week is the Shakti Mudra. The Shakti Mudra. Wait. For those of you who are new here, hi. I'm Reverend Deborah. I am a movement facilitator, a dog mom, and a shenanigan shaman. Your shenanigan shaman. So please, don't expect to take yourself too seriously here. Obviously the dogs don't, so take a cue from the pups. This is our Bhakti Bites class. Bhakti means devotion, so devotion to what? Devotion to self-care. Because self-care is usually the last thing on our to-do list, and it's the first thing that we erase or drop off when the day gets too busy. Can you see the dogs? I'm sure they'll come right here in a little bit. I've got angles and cameras set up. Come here, boys. Come here. Come here. Puppy and 2-year-old. Hey, watch the cannon. Yeah, I know. Yeah, you so rudely did that to that. Yeah. I know. Okay. All right, everybody up now. Go. Okay, there you go. You caught a glimpse of them. Okay. So in Bhakti Bites, we practice a mindfulness tool, and we apply that mindfulness tool in a mindfulness practice. This week, the Shakti Mudra is our mindfulness tool. The mindfulness, or the Shakti, dogs. Your gibbles and bits are really distracting. You guys are hilarious. I can't. Okay, I can't mudra while you're being so cute. All right, now, be gone. No, they're not going to be gone. That's my knee. All right, let's do it, guys. Because for those of you who have dogs, those of you who have toddlers or babies or, partners that just can't leave you alone, we are going to practice our meditation in the midst of chaos. Why? Because chaos naturally reorders itself, just as order naturally devolves into chaos and then reorders itself. And oftentimes, by our choosing to reorder ourselves, our reality also aligns. Phoenix, we have cats and dogs. Right now, the cats are not in here because one of the cats is healing. She somehow skinned her arm. So she has her own. Hey Tula, how are you? Okay. Shakti. Who is Shakti? What is Shakti? Shakti is one of the many representations across different cultures across the world of the divine feminine. So the Shakti Mudra. Let's do it. The Shakti Mudra is done like so. Go ahead and tuck your thumbs into your palms. Drop the first 2 fingers over the thumbs. From here, you'll bring your folded knuckles together and touch the pads of your ring fingers and your pinky fingers, like so. So the inside of your mudra will look like this. Outside will look like this. Once you get here, we anchor it to the base of our sternum, to our heart. When you hold the Shakti Mudra here, it's important to bring your awareness to your belly and relax the muscles in your belly. Hey, Chaote, how are you? Relax the muscles in your belly as you hold this mudra. This mudra works on the heart. This mudra also works on the sacral chakra. This mudra works to gosh, why is that word such a funny thing for me lately? Release or relieve. You got to pick one. Release the tension in our lower abdomen. Any kind of chronic issues in the lower abdomen. Hey, again, that is my arm. Yeah. So, menstrual complaints, digestive issues, not so much with the workings of the digestion. It does a little bit soothe those, but more the actual organs. It assists in calming the mind, and it strengthens our connection to the yin aspect, divine feminine, the yin aspect, tension. When we sit with our mudra, when we sit in meditation, we focus on releasing tension and holding our practice with intention. Okay, MJ, when you're holding it like this, if this is causing you pain, modify. So you can lift it up to here, You can move it away from your heart. You can move it lower. Depending, especially if it's neck pain, I'd assume that it's the position of anchoring it here that's pushing the shoulders back that's causing that, possibly an elbow issue. So adjust, move it to where you need it to be. Move it to where you are not in pain. Just like in yoga, right? Just with doing asanas. We are not here to force ourselves into any different position, into a position that is not available to us. We are not here to create a battle within ourselves. We are not here to fight, to shame, to blame ourselves. We are here to meet ourselves with compassion and grace. We are here to cultivate a sense of patience and trust with ourselves. This can be a really sacred space, a really gentle, a really peaceful, a really beautiful place to take care of yourself, to meet yourself, to build trust with yourself, to come to deeper understanding, deeper communion with yourself and with the divine, all the different layers of self. So please, I ask you, not for me, but for you, that when you meet yourself here, you meet yourself here with love. You meet yourself here with gentleness and patience. Because inside of here are many aspects of self. And I can almost guarantee that there are aspects of self that you don't want to see, that you don't want to meet, that you judge harshly and keep tucked away. Chaote, great question. Do you keep readjusting it to keep yourself from mashing your fingers? Yes. So when you hold your mudra with intention. If you lose that intention, the mudra starts to collapse on itself. If you notice that the intention has kind of dissipated or your attention has gone elsewhere and done other things, bring the intention back to your mudra. Remember, no more than the weight of a nickel. Now, obviously, some more pressure than the weight of a nickel is going to be created, especially if you have extra tension in these fingers here. It can create some tension, but we're not trying to create pain. We're not trying to pop our fingers or force ourselves to do anything. If this is not available to you, get as close as you can. If this is it, stay with this. If you can't anchor it to your chest, move it up, move it out. Honor where you are at. This is a beautiful, powerful opportunity for you to offer yourself some love. And that practice, like I said, the power of mindfulness, the benefit, the deepest, the reason we do this is for the process. Because in the process are the gifts that we seek. Now, if we go hunting for those gifts, we can get lost in the dark trying to find them. We can accidentally mistake this gift for that gift or this gift. But when we align ourselves with just compassion, patience, the gifts that are for us come to us. This idea that you need to fight, that you need to force your way down the path of enlightenment is actually the thing that's leading you further away. My body started rocking unconsciously as soon as I settled into it. That was interesting. This is why I love mudras, and this is why I teach mudras for free. They are extremely powerful, and that's also why I have to also add, if at any point holding any mudra that I teach or doing any practice, if it becomes too intense for you, honor that. Don't try to push yourself further. Just release the mudra, release the practice, and open your heart in love, right? Meet yourself with compassion and go, oh, wow, right? Sure, it can be too intense, but instead of going, oh, shit, I fucked up, you can go, oh, wow, that was a lot. Oh, wow, okay. Hi. And you can take that moment, take some deep breaths, open your heart to meet whatever that intention was, whatever that boundary was, whatever that wall was. Meet it. Say hi to it. Hey, I didn't know you were there. What's going on? How are you? Okay, can we continue with the meditation? If it says yes, then try again. If you get a hard no, my friend, honor your own boundaries. so that you can learn how to set them with other people too. Hey, Dee. So, like I said, today's going to be a little bit of a longer meditation. I encourage you to join me because it's going to be a really juicy one. This is a really beautiful mudra, and working with the heart space is also really, really peaceful. I don't know what the word I'm looking for. Besides juicy. Juicy is the only word that comes up. So, that's it. It's a juicy meditation. It's a juicy heart space, and I would like to share it with you. So, grab your Shakti Mudra. Drop your thumbs into your palms. Drop your first 2 fingers over your thumbs. As best you can, bring those folded knuckles together and touch the pads of your ring fingers and the pads of your pinky fingers together. Keep your mudra upright with intention, not with tension. Don't press into this. Relax the elbows, relax the shoulders, let them hang, and then anchor this at your chest, wherever is available to you. You can move it up a little higher, down a little lower. You can even drop it here in your lap or on your puppy, as is needed. We will begin our meditation by closing our eyes if it's available to you. You can be seated, you can be lying down, you can be walking, you can be driving. If you are driving or walking, please do not close your eyes. And begin with 3 deep breaths. Inhale through the nose, pull the breath through the lungs and all the way into the belly. And sigh it out. Inhale again, lifting the heart and elongating the spine. And sigh it out. Inhale once more, expanding the rib cage in all directions. Front, sides, and back. Hold the top. Take in a little more air. A little more. A little more. And let it go. Tuck your chin ever so slightly. Seal the lips. And take a moment just to follow the breath. Listen for your inhale all the way to the top. Listen for your exhale all the way to the bottom. The most important parts of meditation are your intention and your attention. Right now, your intention is simply to follow the breath. And we bring our attention back to that practice again and again. Anytime your mind monkeys pipe up, anytime the gremlins have something to say, anytime there's a worry or a forgotten thing that your body or your brain tells you has to be doing done right now. With love, with compassion, with patience, just redirect your attention to your breath as many times as it takes. Again, we're not seeking an outcome here. Instead, we are settling our awareness like a pendulum. Each time the pendulum swings off to the side, we bring it back to center. Inhales and exhales, lulling you into this space. Into the present moment. You may stay here at this part of the practice. This in and of itself is an entire practice. If you would like to, I invite you to shift your awareness now to your hearing and reach your hearing as far away as you can. It's okay if you have headphones on, if it's okay if you don't, it doesn't matter if it's loud or if it's very quiet. Just search. Reach with your hearing for the farthest away sound without identifying with it, without giving it a name. Imagine that all these sounds are just kind of background music, just music of some kind. There's no need to identify it at all. But notice it. Listen for it. Keep reaching. Keep reaching. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, pull your hearing in a little bit closer to the sounds around in the outside of the room that you are in. If you are already outside, then just the sounds that are a little closer than the farthest away. Listen to the sounds outside of the room that you are in. Just like music, without the need to identify or attach stories. All of your awareness, all of your focus, listening to the sounds outside of the room you are in. Let them blend together. Take another deep breath in. And as you exhale, pull your hearing in a little bit closer to the room you are now in, or the sounds immediately around you. Let them all blend together. Its own little symphony. Without a story, without attachment, without a name, without a reason. Keep breathing as you listen with all of your attention to the song all around you. All of your attention, all of your awareness to the sounds in the room you are in, the sounds immediately around you. Take another deep breath in. And as you exhale, bring your attention in again to your breath, this time listening for the sound of your breath. Listen with all of your attention, all of your focus, all of your awareness on the sound of your breath. Nothing more than the sound of your breath, allowing everything else to fall away. All of your attention, all of your awareness on your breath. Take another deep breath in. And as you exhale, release the sound of the breath and shift your awareness to the sound of your heartbeat. That's right. Listen for the sound of your heartbeat. Focus all of your attention, all of your awareness on the sound of your heartbeat. Remember, it is not about the outcome. It is about the process. And the process here is to bring our awareness back to the sound of our heartbeat, to focus all of our attention, all of our awareness on the sound of our heartbeat. Anytime that attention or awareness goes away, anytime we hear something else and grabs our attention, we bring it back to the intention to listen to the sound of our heartbeat. And if you hear it, amazing. If not, amazing. all of your attention, all of your awareness on the sound of your heartbeat. Its own song, its own rhythm, your rhythm, your song. If this is enough for you, you can stay right here, or you can go back to any other part of the meditation. Otherwise, I invite you to shift your awareness now to listen for the song of the divine feminine within you. We all have this aspect. With this awareness focused on your inner sounds, your inner songs, open your awareness to listen for that divine feminine song. Your intention here is the most important part of the practice. Keep that intention in your heart. Open your heart, open your ears, and listen for her singing. Anytime your mind wanders off or creates a distraction, you can even give it a gentle shh, as if you are all listening intently for the most beautiful song. Listen. 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 Listen for her song. Listen for that voice. The song of the divine feminine, echoing through us, echoing through your heart, singing with the rhythm, harmonizing with the rhythms within you, and echoing out around you. Shift your awareness now from listening for this divine feminine song within you, and open your hearing to hear that same song as it echoes through everything around you, within you, above you, below you. The ripple of the divine feminine. Echoing through eternity, echoing through everything in creation. encourage you to offer a gentle smile if you're not smiling already. Smile to that song. Now, instead of just listening, feel the song vibrating within you. Feel the rhythm beating in your heart. Feel the rise and fall of the notes in the same way that your heart rises and falls on your breath. All of these aspects of self coming together in a chorus. I encourage you to stay here with this meditation as long as it is available to you. Feel free to explore any other part of the meditation again as well, or to just sit here in this juicy space. When you feel complete, or you have to go, even if you don't feel complete, I invite you to release the mudra and bring your hands to prayer, or simply lay one over the other over your heart in gratitude for today's practice. In gratitude for this divine feminine that echoes through all of creation, dancing with the yin and yang energies together, transmuting this duality into unity, into creation, through us, through everything in the cosmos. A beautiful, glorious song of which we are each a note. And without each of us, the song would not sound right. So, offer yourself some gratitude for taking the time for self-care today, for taking the time to connect with your heart, with your breath, and with the divine feminine. With the divine. Thank you so much for joining me today and for cultivating this space with me. When you are ready to come out of meditation, please do so slowly. I don't know, I kind of regret ending the meditation. Maybe we should go back into it. Can I just grab my mudra and say, never mind? I'm going back. Okay, I'm going back. Bye, guys. Oh. Hey, Bill. I'm tapping, practicing using different fingers as an exercise. Some are not as good as an exercise. Sora. So I actually use this technique as an anxiety reducing. This is a sensory technique that can help you come out of an emotional state or mental, yeah. Is this what you're referring to? I find it very helpful to bring you down to the present moment. Cha-ote, you had to stop the mudra. You can't figure out why. That's okay. So, a lot of times we search for the why. A lot of times we want to have the why. This, yes, it's the Shakti Mudra. The Shakti Mudra. You constantly do that without thinking with your left hand, like this? Really? I love, guys, hearing about spontaneous mudras. Spontaneous, allowing yourself, hey, Justin, to explore what naturally arises. What naturally arises is oftentimes so much more the thing you need than the thing that you read in a book or watch in somebody else's class. So I encourage you to follow those things. Follow those things. And if you start getting weird, bad side effects, then don't follow those things. Or meet those things. And this is what I wanted to say here, Cha. So Cha Ote says you had to stop the mudra and you can't figure out why. First, my suggestion is release the why. There's not really a need at first to know why exactly. The most important thing to do when something like that comes up, okay, I'm in my meditation, I'm doing my mudra, and it's whatever the side effect you were having, right? Your left arm started glowing. Okay, well, that's your left side is your divine feminine, my friend. So the first thing we do when we start having a discomfort, when we start experiencing discomfort in meditation, I always recommend the first thing you do is take a big, deep breath. And if it's necessary, release the mudra, release the practice, right? And then take a big, deep breath. Just like when we are practicing asanas on the yoga mat, we're doing physical movement. If I get into a pose and I feel a little stuck, I can take a deep breath, come out of the pose, and then exhale deeper into the pose. So when you start having those reactions, first pause. Take that deep breath to create some space within you to sink a little deeper into what's happening. And when you sink back a little deeper, then offer compassion. Again, when these things show up, they're like belches and burps and whatnot and farts, and things like that, gas that just needs to be released. But oftentimes there is a message in there, or it's something that's been stored for a while and is just trying to kind of let off some steam, right? Or it's clearing a blockage for you. If you have some kind of, a lot of us do, divine, feminine wounding, feminine aspect wounding. Okay, so yes, at some point, come back to the mudra, but this is really important. You take the deep, sorry, I got distracted. You take the deep breath. Open your heart with compassion, or whatever else looks like to you. So I usually just feel the sensation of opening my heart, or I will touch my heart and say to that thing, I love you, I see you, I'm here. And then I wait to receive. I just wait. Right? For me, if it's a gut feeling, let's say my gut does its normal rolly, oh shit thing, okay? I stop, I pause, I breathe, I pay attention to it, I open my heart, and I say, I see you, I love you, I hear that you are here. And then I wait. I give it space to say something. I give it space to move. I give it space to remind me of the last time we tried this and why it feels nervous. But you won't hear those things unless you give that space. And I would say that only after that process, honoring the experience, pausing, opening your heart in compassion for yourself, checking in, waiting for a response, only after these steps have been taken would I suggest asking permission to go back to the mudra. As an herbalist, when I go out and I pick medicine, I ask the plants. And sometimes I get a no. And it can be a small little no. But I do my best to respect it because it's about building relationship with the plant, with the medicine, with the earth, and in this case, with yourself. So what you're doing is, instead of ignoring or treating that thing like an arbitrary reaction, or like just a thing that happened, you're treating it like a person who deserves your respect and your love and compassion, which is often what we all need to experience and deserve. It is what we all deserve, to be seen and heard like that. And that's why I say this is a really beautiful and fragile place to be. because you have the opportunity to meet yourself on such a deeper, compassionate, healing level. But that also means that you're much more vulnerable in that space. Yes. Oh, like, look, something interesting. Meet yourself with that curiosity and go, oh, wow, rather than, oh, God. Oftentimes, especially for me, I had the, oh, God, with my thoughts during meditation. And I kept pushing myself further and further away from meditation because I kept meeting myself with frustration and with tension. Here I am trying to release tension, and then every time my mind pops up, I go, I was hurting myself. I was re-injuring myself. I was breaking trust with myself. And so what happened? I would start to sit down for meditation and I'd start feeling anxiety. Why? Because I've been bullying myself in the middle of fucking meditation. Shit! So be mindful. It's important to be mindful. Hey, Bill, I am in a chair on Fridays. Friday is our tiny yoga class, so I am in a chair. T-Haven, odd, but it helps. And it's only odd because we have this cultural idea, this mono-self idea. Because we have this culture that says, you are just you. You don't have different parts of yourself. You don't, unless you got, a mental illness or we got something diagnosable. Well, then we'll tell you you have different selves. And if that's the case, well, then you're intrinsically broken. But just like we cultivate relationships outside of ourselves, we also cultivate relationships within ourselves. You have within you a mother, a father, a child, the protector, the warrior, the manager, the critic, the detective, right? We've got all these archetypes within us that are usually structured based on that are structured based on our nature and nurture as we've grown up. And when we finally, when all of our development is complete in our early to mid-20s, now you are gifted with this opportunity to meet the family within, to meet the parts of yourself. Because before your brain and body are finished developing, you actually don't have the capacity to meet yourself in the same way that you do once your prefrontal cortex comes online. But in the West, we are very mono-brain, mono-attention, monocentric. I am just me, and if I say anything about other layers of me, then I'm probably crazy. In reality, it was my discovering the parts of myself, honoring them, meeting them, giving them a voice that healed me. Thank you, Vivian. I had bipolar diagnosis. Still have CPTSD. Well, okay, so I got bipolar, CPTSD, BPD, depression, anxiety, fibromyalgia, a couple other ones. They just kept throwing these big blankets at me and be like, this'll cover it, this'll cover it, this'll cover it. But none of it fixed it. Just throwing wet blankets over my fire that was just unkempt. I'm a lot of letters too, I know, right? I tried the medications, and I am never going to tell you to stop doing something that's working. So if you are on medications that are helping you and they're working, please don't dump what is working. But work into what you're already doing. These techniques of meeting yourself with compassion and love. It's actually not very complicated. It's difficult because we're not used to it. It's difficult because we've identified with the different parts of ourselves and the different voices, like the shaming one that tells us we're not good enough or not lovable. We believe that. And even if part of us says, fuck you, stop saying that shit. Oh yeah, well, and you have a little argument in your head, it still doesn't go away. So how do we treat in a culture that tells you you are only what you can see in the mirror and nothing more? You are only what your doctor tells you you are and nothing more. He's the expert. Salud. how do we rebuild our inner family? How do we learn to trust ourselves and these different parts of ourselves that we have hidden away, weaponized, denied, shamed? As I said when I began this live, I woke up this morning yet again with depression in my bed. With depression snuggling me with a heavy-ass arm over my chest, telling me not to get out of bed. I almost canceled, I did. But because I have spent the time building a relationship with her, we got to have a conversation. Instead of her just being heavy and holding me in bed and me feeling like there's no other way out because depression has me now, so fuck it. I know you've been there, I've been there. Instead, now I have a relationship with her and I can say, well, you know, I know you feel like staying in bed, and I get that. That would be really nice, you're right. But hey, we also feel really good after we do the mudra, right? I guess. Okay, well, how about this? I'll make you a deal. We'll go do our mudra, we'll do our meditation, and if you still want to go back to bed, I'll give you a half-hour nap afterwards. And if that's not enough, we'll go back to work, right? Because we got to do back to work. I'll give you another nap later. This is my deal I made with depression this morning. I said, I, depression, no, your depression. I, Deborah, would like to get out of bed and go practice a meditation. Go share a mudra and talk to my friends. Depression didn't want to do that. But we made a deal. Does it work like that easy every morning, every day, every time? Nope. Ardiana, I want to respond to that only because it was a trigger for me for a long time. How many times I brought my pain, my suffering, my fear, my anguish to people and asked them to see me in it or to support me in it or to help me move through it. And the response I often got was this: you're strong, you'll figure it out. You're strong, you'll get through it. And it felt so utterly dismissive. I know you're not meaning it that way, but I'm reflecting on that because it was that feeling of being dismissed, feeling dismissed by people who said they cared about me, by people who said they loved me and supported me, and I couldn't understand it. It was that exact feeling, experience, again and again and again, that held up a mirror to the parts of me who said, I'm not, but I'm not. And then underneath that were the parts of me that said, I shouldn't have to be. I shouldn't have to be this strong. And underneath that were the parts that said, I wasn't strong enough to protect me. I wasn't strong enough to protect myself from those awful things. And when I found her, I scooped her up and held her close. And decided to be strong for her. In that way, I was able to find the part of me inside that was willing and able to be strong and could accept that there was part of me that could be the protector that I needed, that could hold my boundaries strong and firm, that knew how to say no loudly and confidently. But I had to stop ignoring her first to find the one who was willing to stand up. Because she wasn't being listened to. And so all I felt was weak. I didn't know how to, I didn't have the energy or the strength to hold boundaries. To tell people no when parts of me inside were screaming. Conditioning. Conditioning will do this to us. Conditioning will put us on a path to distrusting ourselves, to despising ourselves. And when you start to do this work and you start to go in and you start to talk to these different parts of self, it's hard not to feel guilty. But again, that guilt is not going to get you anywhere. Shame is not going to get you anywhere. These are little daggers. And I'm almost certain that within you there is a part of you, right here, right now, that is hurt, that is hiding, or that is screaming, or that is demanding to be heard. It's not easy to wade through the grief. It's not easy to stand there and watch the parts of you that experience the trauma. It's not easy. But repairing your relationship with yourself is the foundation for repairing your relationship with everything and everyone. And not just repairing, but building better, more wholesome, more authentic connections and relationships. If you don't know how to hold your own boundaries, it's going to be hard for you to respect someone else's. If you don't love yourself, you're not going to believe the other people when they tell you that they love you. Everything starts here. It really is that simple. It's not that simple, but it really is that simple. It's not about the things we get out of something. It's not about our attachment to this way or that way. It's not about getting it right or doing it wrong. It's not about following what somebody else said. The most powerful thing you can do is that little piece. Take a big deep breath. Make some space within you. Open your heart and just listen with compassion, with love. And see what arises. See what responds. I broke trust so severely, so many times with myself. I'm still learning to trust myself again. but trying to treat the symptoms of not trusting myself, trying to treat the symptoms of not loving myself was much, much, much harder, and honestly just a waste of energy. Because treating the root of that healing echoes out all around me. Just like if you're feeling stuck in a maze, right? You're staring at a wall. Sometimes all it takes is a change of perspective, and ta-da, there's the exit. When our perspective is shame, blame, guilt, there's not a lot of room. There's not a lot of space. There's not a lot of freedom to be you, who you're meant to be, to express yourself, to be true in the moment with your life, with the world, and with the people around you. Life goes by too quickly. It's because you're spending all your time in yesterday and tomorrow and what ifs. I can't hear my guides. I can't hear my higher self. Are you listening? Yeah, I'm asking questions. How many times do we ask questions not to listen? How many times do we engage in conversation not to listen but waiting to respond? Hey, Troy. Or expecting a particular answer, and if we don't get that particular answer, well, then it must be bullshit. Ah, self-confirming brain. Nice try. Nice try. So, for those of you who are just rolling in, hello, my name is Reverend Deborah. I am a movement facilitator, movement in breath, body, and being, and I am your shenanigan shaman, because while we do talk about some serious shit in here, we don't always take that shit very seriously. Definitely not ourselves. Because that laughter, that movement, that play, that curiosity, that willingness to meet whatever arises is magic in and of itself. Is a balm to soothe our frayed edges. So, today is our Saturday session of Bhakti Bites. We do Bhakti Bites 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. Monday, we practice our mindfulness tool in a 5-minute meditation. Wednesday, we add a little bit to our meditation with our mindfulness tool, and we get a little bit deeper. Saturday, we usually do a longer, deeper, more visual or mantra or whatnot meditation. And then afterwards, we have Sangha group coaching, CAYA group coaching. If you are part of the Sangha at the Sangha stewards level or above, you have access to our group coaching calls. Remember that all of our memberships up to a certain level have 7-day free trials, including this one. So if you wanted to get in on the coaching call twice weekly, which is Saturday and Wednesday afternoon or evening at 4:30 Pacific time. Today it's at noon. You can go grab one of those memberships. You can go grab the Sangha Steward membership and try it on a 7-day free trial. Come to our group sessions. Enjoy the Monday group practice session that we have. And starting next week, the chakra workshop is going on again. Can I post a link to a great song? Yes, please. Please, Cha. Probably better in a message or a comment though, rather than on the feed, because I don't know if it goes away when I end the live. So next week the chakra workshop starts. If you are a member at the Sangha Scholars level and above, you will receive access to all of my workshops, as well as the group coaching, as well as the practice sessions. There's 2 ways to do this workshop. You can join as a member on the Sangha Scholars level or above, and then you can join us for all 8 live sessions. If you miss a live session, don't worry. The replay will be available right away after the class. And when you do that, you will also get group coaching and practice sessions and all of the other good Sangha stuff. If you don't want to join the live classes, if you don't want to join the Sangha, if you're like, I just want the workshop itself, you can pre-order that workshop. It's half price right now on my Patreon page. You can sign up for membership to the Sangha on my Patreon page as well. Patreon.com/movewithchange. Please at least go follow me as a free member over there. You'll get updates. I don't spam email. I usually send out an email to say, hey, a new workshop is released or something like that. Or a new blog is posted, but I don't even do that stuff regularly. It's like once a month. So, if you would like to work directly with me, I do have membership levels for that as well. Those can all be found on my Patreon page, patreon.com/movewithchange. If you would like to do me a favor and go follow me on whatever platforms you hang out on, go follow me there. I am at Move with Change on pretty much all the places. But the bulk of the interaction, the bulk of the information exchange happens in our Discord. The link to get to the Discord for free is on my Patreon page. Hello, sweetheart. There's a lot of free stuff in the Discord. As you guys know, I like to give stuff away for free. That is why I teach 4 classes a week for free. That is why I give you free stuff in the Discord. But there are membership levels in the Discord as well. So if you want to join on any of those things, if you want links for any of the things or any of the places, feel free to just send me a message and I can send you a direct link. Social media likes to hide my content, likes to not show you my content, especially the more powerful stuff, mudras and energy work and things like that I'm sharing. So because of that, I ask that anybody who feels inclined to express their gratitude through tips or memberships or anything like that, or subscriptions, please do so through my Patreon page. TikTok and other platforms take a good portion of those proceeds, and I would appreciate if you guys would all just take them to the Patreon page, because also you get benefits through the Patreon page. I'm not going to give benefits on TikTok just because they take so much of the money. So if you do support me or want to support me, please go to the Patreon page, patreon.com/movewithchange. I am Move with Change on all the places. Dream Baby, you have to download the Discord app to get in there. Yep. You can also use it on a laptop too if you have a desktop computer or a laptop or something. I like it more on there because it's a bigger, yeah. Elder Millennial here. I still like my big screen. If you have any trouble getting into the Discord or need some help getting around, please send me a message. I'm happy to guide you. I'm also trying to create a little intro video to help people get around in there. But like I said, there's a lot of free stuff in there right now. And there will always be free stuff in there. And we can freely talk about these topics and a lot of these things that the platforms are hiding comments or, giving us strikes on our accounts because we're saying things they don't want to see. So instead of fighting with the algorithm, instead of fighting with the powers that be that are controlling all the social media apps, I'd rather just use my energy more wisely and get the information directly to you guys. Why are they hiding this stuff? Why are they lagging it and taking it down and telling me that there's QR codes in a regular old video that I'm doing energy work on? Why? Because we're messing with the matrix, for one. And for two, what I am doing, the tools that I am offering and the things that I am teaching, and the whole focus of this, friends, is to give you back your locus of control, is to help you find your captain within, is to help you connect to the divinity that already resides in you, that the powers that be or other folks would not have you see. Someone who is a self-actualized, an in-self, authentic self individual is very difficult to manipulate, is very difficult to gaslight, is very difficult to sell false information to. There are a lot of reasons that there are a lot of people who don't want you to wake up. They don't want you to know who you truly are. They don't want you to know what's really available to you. I do. Unfortunately for them, I do. And since I like giving this stuff away for free, it's not hiding behind a pay gate. What hides behind the pay gate is more time with me. Because I have to value my time so that then there can be an exchange between my time and being able to cover my resources, having the resources to do the things I need to do. So, if you are experiencing any degree of ascension symptoms, coming home to yourself, if you're seeking enlightenment or just getting to know who you are or just figuring out why you're so damn triggered every time this one little thing happens and how to get out of these mental loops of torture and how to not just express your authentic being, but how the hell do I find that authentic being? And then how do I be that authentic being without falling out of it? I can show you these things. This is what I have been spending all of my life developing the tools for. The gift of my trauma, right, is that I built this huge toolbox. And because I know what it's like to be there, I am eager to share it. So that said, last but not least, if anyone has skills to trade, I do need a video editor and I need some background tech things, and I probably need a couple of things too. If you have skills to trade, if you make things, if you want to trade a service or a product for your membership, feel free to reach out to me. I love exchanges. And as I said before, it's oftentimes more valuable for me for you to trade me a service than cash, because cash is slippery. What are the big things? The big thing is the chakra workshop starts next week. The chakra workshop starts next Wednesday. You gotta get in on it. You gotta grab a membership to get on the free, or get on the live classes. And the live classes is where it's at, because we will have an hour-long class session, and then we will have Q&A afterwards. The replays will all be available to you in real time. To grab that membership, or to get to that workshop, you'll need the Sangha Scholars membership or above, and you can find that on my Patreon page. You can also just support me for offering free classes because you love what I do and you love learning these mudras. I have a $5 and $55 level membership as well, if you just want to say thanks on a monthly basis. I appreciate that too. As always, thank you for showing up in this space with curiosity and willingness. Thank you for coming to join me for this exploration. Thank you for meeting yourself in this space with compassion and love. And I'm really excited to see you in the Discord, to hopefully see you in the chakra workshop. Remember, this is not an anecdotal, like, oh, the chakras do these colors and whatnot. I've created this workshop from my own family lineage of energy work, my understanding of the energy body as well, and the understanding that comes with that lineage, as well as various other cultures through time and modern, traditional and modern, that look at the chakras in different ways. We explore these things. We explore the entire energy body as a whole, the central channel, the minor channels, the other channels, the extra chakras, all these things, all these bits. So you can go and search a bunch of bits and pieces of information on the internet. It is all together into one workshop. We will spend an entire class talking about the energy system and how the energy all moves. And then we will go through each chakra, one chakra a week, and you will get more tools than you can carry to treat the chakras. I will also teach you how to identify imbalances in your chakras. Hey, Serenity. So it's a pretty comprehensive workshop. And like I said, when you grab the membership to join the workshop, the Sangha Scholars membership and above. If you grab one of those, then you will also get the Q&A sessions. You will also get the group coaching sessions. You will also get the Monday practice session where we learn other mindfulness tools as well. There is huge value to any membership level that you grab because I like to give shit away for free. So instead of just making it like, oh, here's your membership, you just get this stuff. I'm like, here's all that stuff. Thanks. I love you guys. I love you guys so much. Thanks for joining me for a meditation. I'm going to have a snack, and I might go snuggle depression in bed for a little bit. Be gentle with yourself today. Offer yourself some compassion today, especially in the difficult moments. And in places where you would usually meet yourself with frustration, I invite you to put your hand on your heart instead and see if you can meet yourself with compassion, even just once today. Whether it's anxiety, depression, fear, anger, shame, guilt, whatever it is, I invite you just for today, just once. You don't ever have to do it again. Just see what it feels like to genuinely open your heart to yourself in the most difficult moments. Thank you so very much, Charlotte. Hi, friend. I love you too. I love you guys. I can't thank you enough. Really. I've been waiting a really long time to give myself permission to do this. I've been a reverend for 10 years, and I usually do ceremonial stuff, death stuff, birth stuff, weddings, that kind of things, transitions. But allowing myself to actually lead these practices regularly. Hey Mel, I'm just getting off here, friend. It's more than I can say thank you for. So, come join me in the Discord. Let me give you a bunch of other free stuff, okay? Again, the link for the Discord is on my Patreon page. Or you can just send a message and I will send it directly to you. If you need any help getting around the Discord, please let me know. I'll be happy to do a screen share on Zoom or something and we can get you through any and all of it, okay? Luckily, right now, while our community is still growing, I have the opportunity to give so much more time and energy to you guys. Yes, we do need to talk. We can chat after coaching? Okay. All right, my friends. Ciao. Waiting for the Frisbee toss. He would love it, but I'm pretty sure the Frisbee is outside. Okay. All right. After Monday's shenanigans, you are no longer allowed. There you go. Okay. All right. Okay. I love you too. Okay. I love you. I'm leaning forward to shut off the things. All right, everyone. Enjoy your Saturday. And Sangha Steward members are above. I'll see you in group coaching in 40 minutes. Okay. Good night, Kick. Not Charlie. Aw, you're not Charlie? Okay. Good night, Twitch. Good night, YouTube.